Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Leia Loves. Before we even begin, today's candle of the video is Vanilla Bean Noel by Bath & Body Works. It has notes of vanilla bean, marshmallow fluff, and vanilla cake. It is absolutely delicious. But anyways, today we are doing a video that I am super excited about. I don't think I've ever discussed perfume dupes on my channel, but today we're going to be doing a review and comparison of YSL's Black Opium with Zara Gardenia, which, if you didn't know, is a dupe for Black Opium. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I kind of want to discuss is the name and the packaging / presentation of the fragrances, starting with Black Opium. So this is in a very cool black with silver glitter bottle. It is flat and it has a little clear window, which is circle shaped in the middle, where you can see the juice, which is a very pretty pink color. It has a lid, which has a very interesting shape. This whole top comes off. I was not sure how to remove the lid at first, but the entire top of it comes off, and it has Yves Saint Laurent in silver written around it, and I just think it's super cool. And then the back is just the same, except no name embossed on the window. And I just think that the name Black Opium is super cool, and the packaging is super cool and edgy, and I think it matches the vibe of the scent really, really well. And then to talk about Zara Gardenia, this is in a very simple, well, not square, cube-shaped bottle. It has thicker glass on the bottom and thinner glass all the way around. It has Zara printed on the top and then Gardenia printed under it, and it has a very cute matte purple cap. It's very sleek, very simple, but I think it's very pretty and elegant on a vanity. As far as boxes goes, I think the box Black Opium comes in is just as cool as the bottle. The front and back of the box are black with a rose gold writing. It says Black Opium, Yves Saint Laurent Eau de Parfum. It gives the amount of the fragrance you have in fluid ounces and in milliliters. And then it has this really cool YSL logo that is in a shiny black as opposed to the matte black that surrounds it, and some silver glitter. And then the sides have a really beautiful reflective rose gold chrome vibe. I just think it's super cool, and it matches the perfume bottle very well because the sides of the box match the juice inside. Now for Zara Gardenia, I do not have the box anymore, but it does just come in a very simple, sleek white box. I actually got this in a duo with another fragrance from Zara called Orchid, but that is also in a similar type of box, except it's just longer to fit both the fragrances. But I think the sleek, classy, simple vibe of the box matches the bottle quite well as well. As far as price points go, I only have a 30 milliliter bottle of Black Opium, but I am going to discuss the price of the 50 milliliter bottle because I find that easier to compare to the 100 milliliter bottle of Gardenia that I have. So if you were to buy a 50 milliliter bottle of Black Opium, you would pay $100 USD. And if you were to buy a 100 milliliter bottle of Zara Gardenia, so double the amount of perfume, you would only pay $19.90 USD. Now, I do know that YSL is a very prestigious, well-known, expensive brand, but the price difference is still quite stark for the amount of juice that you're getting, especially if you just want to buy it for the scent, which we will discuss next. As far as notes go, they both have fairly similar notes. They both share the notes of coffee, vanilla, and white florals such as jasmine and orange blossom, and they both also have patchouli. Now, as for different notes, YSL's Black Opium has pink pepper, licorice, and almond, which Gardenia does not have. And Gardenia has Gardenia, of course, and many citrus and fruity notes such as tangerine, bergamot, lemon, and raspberry, and I believe peach as well. Next, I'm going to be discussing the way the fragrances smell when you actually spray them. When you first spray Black Opium, you're hit with a very strong, rich deep, dark roast of a coffee smell. And you kind of get these like hints or undertones of a kind of burnt caramel vibe, because I know certain coffees have certain notes, and like, you know, some coffees have like more berry notes, nutty notes. This definitely has very caramely notes. You also kind of get a green, pretty faint, dirty patchouli vibe from this. Then as it begins to dry down a little bit, that soft vanilla sweetness begins to kick in, and you start to be able to smell those gentle white florals kind of playing in the background. As far as gardenia goes, I actually kind of have the opposite experience. For me, the vanilla sweetness and fruity slash citrusy notes kind of kick in first. The vanilla lives throughout the fragrance's entire life, but the citrusy, fruity notes begin to fade away a little bit as the coffee begins to kick in, as it starts to dry down a little. The coffee is quite rich and deep and strong, but it's not as bitter as the coffee in Black Opium. It's definitely more of a kind of medium to light roast of coffee if you're thinking of actual coffee that you drink. And along with the coffee, the white florals begin to kick in as well, and they kind of play very delicately with the coffee and complement it very, very well. I don't really get the patchouli in this fragrance. I mean, I get it a little bit, but it's not as strong and not as dirty, for sure. It's very light and gentle. If you wanted to look at the fragrance's overall vibes in the sense of what people are going to smell when you first walk into a room, as opposed to kind of a breakdown of notes, YSL's Black Opium is definitely a nighttime scent, and it's definitely going to come off as a rich, deep, strong, edgy, confident black coffee scent with a little bit of vanilla sweetness and a slight floral edge. And Zara Gardenia's is going to be more of a warm, sweet, soft, dewy floral with a little bit of vanilla sweetness and a coffee twist. Black Opium is definitely more of a nighttime scent, and Zara Gardenia's can honestly go more day or night, but I would stick to wearing it in the day just because it has a little bit more of an emphasis on the florals, whereas Black Opium has a little bit more emphasis on the richness and caramel tones of the coffee. Now, as far as performance goes, I have to say I was quite surprised to find that Black Opium did not perform the way I expected it to. It did not have the best performance. Upon first spray, it definitely filled the room and projected past an arm's length, and the first hour it did kind of project within an arm's length bubble around me. But then as the second and third hour came, it kind of settled into more of a skin scent to the point where people have to come very close to you to smell you. And by the end of that third hour, it's kind of just like if you're pressing your nose into your skin or into your shirt, then you can smell it. But I kind of consider that the end of its wear when no one else can smell it but you, and you have to try really hard to actually smell it. So I'd give this about a 2 to 3 hour wear time. Zara Gardenia, on the other hand, was quite a different experience. So actually in the beginning it was quite similar. When you first spray, it's kind of this explosion and it projects very far beyond an arm's length. Then I'd say second and third hour, it projected about an arm's length, which is quite a bit longer than Black Opium. And then I'd say by that fourth and fifth hour, it was pretty close to the skin, and the end of that fifth hour, it was a skin scent. So I'd give this about a 4 to 5 hour wear time, which is quite a lot better than Black Opium. Again, as I was saying, for the price that you're paying, this actually did last a lot longer. Quick side note, I wanted to mention how long you can actually smell the fragrance on yourself before you kind of stop being able to smell it. For Black Opium, I could smell it on myself under my nose for about half an hour, and Zara Gardenia, I could actually smell it on myself for almost a full hour when I was wearing it. Now, with all of this in mind, it comes down to picking between the two fragrances and deciding which one is best for you. Me personally, I don't think I could say one is better than the other, or I think you should get one over the other, because I do think Zara Gardenia is an excellent dupe for Black Opium. I'd say they have about an 80% similarity rate, which is pretty high, and you can definitely tell that Zara was trying to dupe YSL, like there's no one that's gonna smell the two of them and think they smell completely different. Like they definitely are very similar. So now it comes down to kind of your need for purchasing this. If you just kind of want the scent and you don't care about prestige or the packaging or anything like that, and you wanna smell like Black Opium and you maybe don't want to spend the hefty price, Zara Gardenia is incredible because you're getting a lot more product for a lot less money and the performance is better in my opinion. But if, say, you wanted to gift someone something fancy or treat yourself to something a little bit more bougie, I guess I could say, and you don't mind paying the extra price tag for saying that you have YSL Black Opium and you own a YSL perfume, then yeah, I think it's definitely worth it to get Black Opium. I enjoy owning it just as much as I enjoy owning Zara Gardenia. So then it just kind of comes down to the consumer and what their needs are in purchasing this scent. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my review and comparison of YSL's Black Opium with Zara's Gardenia. I hope that if you were going back and forth between which of these two fragrances to purchase, I was able to help you. And I also hope if you were thinking about purchasing Black Opium but weren't ready to bite the bullet because of the price tag, I was able to show you a good alternative. Let me know if you guys have either of these scents or both of them, and what do you think? Which do you prefer? Do you think they actually are similar? Do you think they're quite different? Just let me know any thoughts you have on these fragrances and any other fragrances that you may want to recommend, any other dupe comparisons you may want me to cover in a future video, anything like that, just let me know. And yeah, I hope you found this review helpful. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much if you made it to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye!